Hi, and today I want to share with you a method for learning languages yourself. It's great if you don't want to spend money, have little time for learning languages, and want to see immediate results even after a few minutes of practice. I call it the Mario method, and you'll see why just in a minute. Something fell. All you'll need is a notebook, a pen, and a device with an internet connection, like a phone or a laptop. Of course, it's possible to do it all digitally, but I prefer the feel of writing on a piece of paper. So, without further ado, the method. First, imagine a situation where you'd like to use your new language. It can be greeting people or talking to your friend, maybe having a job interview or ordering food in a restaurant. Your situation might be different from mine, but here's my simple example. I imagine that I'm in a cafe and there's a person I want to talk to. I start writing a hypothetical dialogue in my native language or a language I know well, in this case English, and then translating it to the target language, let's say Spanish. This is how it goes. Hi, how are you? Here I'm translating this sentence using one of the translators that I discussed in the previous video.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Pause here for a second. Now the most important thing in your whole language learning journey is to learn this phrase. Nothing else matters. Grammar, other phrases, your language goals, nothing. I need your laser sharp, microscopic focus on this sentence alone. Sorry, can't stress this enough. Okay, listen to the pronunciation. Hola, ¿cómo estás? H is not pronounced in hola. That's interesting. Maybe you'll notice that there are two question marks instead of one. What does como mean separately? Now try to repeat it and write it from memory. Just cover what you've written and repeat. Great job. The conversation continues and the person replies, I'm great. And you? Estoy muy bien. ¿Y tú? Let's be polite. Let's just throw in a thank you there. Okay, this is where it gets more interesting. Do you remember these old games like Mario where each time you die you start all over again and with each attempt you get better and go farther until... Now you need to write these two parts from memory, and every time you don't know how to say something or if you make a mistake, you need to clarify the problem and start from the beginning, like Mario does. Here I sped up the process for you so that you can observe the method yourself. Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Yo también, gracias. Here I'm about to make a mistake. Whoops. Again, repeat all parts, and if you make a mistake, go back and try again. It's important to view the mistakes as opportunities. They show us where to focus our attention to improve. Also, notice that I always ask you to repeat from the beginning or to repeat a few sentences at a time, because repeating just the last phrase heavily relies on your short-term memory, whereas we're interested in encoding the language into our long-term memory. That way, each repetition becomes a quick test of what was actually remembered and not just repeated back. More on that in the upcoming videos. To summarize, first, imagine a situation or just start writing dialogue in your native language and then translate it to the target language. Second, focus on one sentence at a time to not overwhelm yourself. And third, just like Mario, every time you make a mistake or you don't know how to say something, repeat that, learn that, and then start all over again from the beginning. I hope at this point you got a good idea of how the method works. Obviously, you can use larger or smaller chunks of text depending on your particular level. Also, tell me what worked and what didn't so that I can address those questions in the upcoming videos. And as always, ask questions and subscribe for more. See ya! This is where it gets more interesting. More interesting. More interesting.